Going into the year, I had really high expectations. I came off of a really good summer training. I really pushed myself further than I've ever pushed myself before, just to get ready for the season. As I like to call it, it was my redemption year. So I wanted to really put my best foot forward, and just came into it guns a-blazing and just went for it. So in the beginning, I wasn't really focused on too much of anything. I usually like to stay calm, not think about anything, just as calm as I can, not really show too many emotions. During the race, it was a little rough towards the middle miles, 3 and 4, but I stuck through it, kept with it, had a really strong race up until that point. And I knew from coach and my friends yelling and screaming at me that I was close to getting to the spot that I needed to be to get to nationals. And that really helped me up until the finish line to push myself just to make sure that I get that spot and give myself the best chance of getting qualified for nationals. I was definitely looking. I was definitely curious to see if I would make it. I was kind of hesitant. I was like, I'm 7th qualifier, 7th individual, like I'm on the bubble, I might not get it, I might get it. I was kind of just going with the flow, not really expecting too much to come out of it. And then I got the call Saturday afternoon. Coach was like, hey, you made it. And I just felt the relief off my shoulders. I was like, hey, I made it, that's awesome. That was the end goal of the season, was to get there. So it was more of just a relief than anything to finally figure out that I made it and then have this awesome opportunity to go. My game plan right now would just be to just go with the flow. I don't really want to go out too incredibly fast because I know that there are plenty of kids that are faster than me in the field, and I don't really want to go out with them and, just die out and not really put my best foot forward. So I'd kind of like to go out mellow, kind of like I did in the regional championships. Go out kind of slow, feel it out, let the nerves settle, and then just slowly pick it up throughout the race. And the goal, finish as high as I can. Not really going to dwell too much on placement. Going to nationals is a good enough feat in its own right. So honestly, just go out there, have a good time, not really think about too much, and just go out and have fun.
The men developed really well. I think they came in and really kind of showed what they had really early on in the season. So for them, it was a little bit more of refinement. The women, I don't think I've ever had a team that grew as much as the women did. If you look at where we finished in some of our races in September, and compared that to where we were in our championships, we were a completely different group. And I think that just even the racing bravery, right? Their ability to believe in themselves and kind of put themselves up near the front of the race in the first mile was something that they really grew into, and a lot of the reason for their success. As a cross-country coach, it's really out of our hands when the gun goes off, right? Short of just kind of running around and screaming and just kind of trying to bring a lot of energy, there's not a lot we really can do when they're actually racing, right? We just have to kind of hope that they're prepared and they believe in themselves. I think the biggest thing for the women, like looking back at that race, Kim being in the lead and going for the win, I think was a surprise to most people. And so just kind of relaying that like their teammates were doing really well up front to those 3, 4, 5 runners. I think I could kind of see a spark in their eye right when I was able to tell them that with about a mile to go. I think they really kind of started to believe in themselves even more so than they had, the first couple of miles. Yeah, I think for Mike, this race is all about getting experience on the national level. He's a junior. He's fortunate to kind of be here at this stage, arguably ahead of schedule. So I think just kind of like setting the expectations in kind of that proper level, like knowing that, we're not trying to go here necessarily to win. We're obviously trying to finish as high up as we can, but that I think it's going to be about the procedure more than anything. Like getting there on Friday, knowing how to run the course and kind of prepare for a course he's never seen, and not getting caught up in the emotions of a really big, really fast field. You know, those are all lessons we kind of had to learn with Sam. You know, I think when we both went, you know, when I was a young coach and he was an athlete as a sophomore, junior, you know, I think we all, you know, both of us let our emotions kind of get the best of us. We were overexcited, maybe a little bit of nervousness, that sort of thing. So I think for Mike, I can be a calming influence and just kind of tell him what to expect, especially as we travel to Louisville over the course of the next couple days. And then, really just kind of set the expectations in the right spot. This season has really been, I think, a full team effort, right? I think the success that we've had with the women's team, with the men's team, with Mike Olson individually, I think the buy-in from our group has been at an all-time high, right? From the top down, right? From the coaching staff all the way through to the 23rd runner. I think that's really kind of been the secret to our success, that everyone's really showed up every single day. And I give a lot of credit too to Alice Field, my assistant coach. I think I've said all along, you know, kind of in private with the team, but I think this was her best year coaching. So I give a lot of credit to her, especially early on, you know, bringing a lot of energy off of the summer and that sort of thing, and helping us kind of get back into a normal swing of things. So I give a lot of credit to her as well.